Hello, I am Jonathan Jones. Thank you for tuning in. I want to talk to you today about Slack. Slack is a communication tool for teams or for businesses that they say is for the 21st century, and I think it's a very cool program that I'm excited to tell you about. So, one of the biggest problems I think that businesses have is communicating with each other on certain projects or certain issues. And the main way that most people talk, I would say, is you have, text messaging each other, you have emailing, or you have some form of messenger. But I think that the issues that come up with these things can be solved with something called Slack. So let's look into Slack. What is Slack? Slack allows teams to have multiple conversations for aspects of the job, and it enables them to have all communication in one place. So here's a little picture, and here's kind of give you a little aspect, and we'll dive into this a little deeper. But as you can see, you kind of have like a chat window on the right, but on the left, you kind of have these hashtags, and these are certain conversations that are going on. You can see how you can kind of customize those conversations based on what divisions of a team there might be. So obviously you have this one, you have sales, marketing, engineering, products, projects, and so you can customize those things. You can also customize who goes into those conversations, and we'll kind of look into that in just a second. So let's check out Slack.com. So when you first look at the Slack, here's a site. You can go to Slack.com. Slack is actually a paid subscription, but I think one of the interesting things is here's a list of all of the companies that actually use Slack right now. These are pretty big, heavy hitters, pretty big companies that I think are pretty much sums up that I think this is a good program. And so you can take the tour, and we'll just kind of click on this for a second so you can kind of see. This is the picture that I showed you guys, and there's some more information. The cool thing I think also is that it has the availability to be put on different kind of platforms. So whether it's a computer, phones, tablets, I think it's a very interesting place. So and it can be put into all those things, and so you can either access it from the actual website, or you can actually look into an actual app. So let's take a look at what actually Slack looks like in the real world. My office actually uses Slack, and so I'm very familiar and I love it. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what it actually looks like. So over here, over on the left, you can see these little hashtag things, and so this is for the Amarillo office. So you click in here, only people who are at our Amarillo office can chat in this window. This is a general, so every user can chat in this window, and you can see you can upload fun stuff like GIFs and pictures. And this is where most of the business happens that everyone needs to know about. Random is kind of like our thing. Hey, we kind of found this funny thing on the internet. You should look at this. I think it's funny. And then over here on the left, you can see each user, and that is where you can individually instant message them, talk to them. And so then you have private groups, which for me, I've created one where I can transfer files to myself from different computers. You have certain office members, and I think that this is a great way to communicate, and you can see you can upload pictures, like I said. Very easy file transfer program too. Now let's take a look at what it actually looks like on the iPhone app. So right here you can look at the app, and kind of same thing. You can have push notifications to your phone. You can see all of the stuff, and all this stuff is actually available from your phone, just like the random thing, and just like the internet. So I think that is a highly useful thing, because if you're in the office, you're not going to miss anything. And so there you go. So let's go back to our little slides here. So what can it do? I think I've already showed you this. But private channels for projects only involving certain people. So whether you're in So say you're a coder and you need to talk to all your coders, or maybe only your coders on a certain program and work on a certain project. You can talk to them. And file transfers, I think everyone is looking for an easy file transferring program, and I think that helps in being able to streamline a lot of your projects. Last but not least, like I said, Slack is used by some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies for team communication. And honestly, this is going to save hard drive space by eliminating all these emails you're going to be send back to each other, and also like you can find everything, every conversation, every Slack it has all its content is searchable, so it's easy to find if you need something, files. So that's it. I encourage you to look into Slack, and it's definitely helped our business, and I think it can help the communication of your team.